The Gauteng government has been battling a housing backlog in recent years, with human settlements officials acknowledging that the demand for social housing is much higher than they can deliver. Various measures have been put in place in an effort to deal with the problem. One of those is providing served stands to those in great need of social housing services. Our reporter Ziniko Mhlaba brings us those details live from Lenasia South in Johannesburg. Ziniko, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Just an update about that crisis that's unfolding in terms of housing.
Good afternoon, Martha, and of course we are here in the south of Johannesburg in Lenasia. That's where we find ourselves at the heart of many informal settlements that have been built in and around this settlement here in Lenasia. Also a place where we've seen many land grabs taking place over the past 2 years. And actually, I think about 2 or 3 kilometers away from where we are currently, that's where we'll be able to give you some visuals of those land grabs. However, as you said in your intro, that in terms of trying to mitigate the housing backlog in Gauteng, the Provincial Department of Human Settlement, has come up with an initiative which was also, endorsed by the National Department of Human Settlements, in terms of saying, okay, guys, we understand that there's a great need of housing in around the country. However, at this point, we cannot accommodate or we cannot issue title deeds or for RDP houses to everyone who qualifies for an RDP house. Therefore, one of those things has been introducing, the idea of giving people services where they are in informal settlements, where they are currently staying. And of course, where we are is one of those examples where informal settlement have been serviced with water, with the sanitation, and also electricity. As we can see in this particular yard, we are showing you on the visuals. This is a proper yard that has been demarcated. It's well set up. The streets are well structured as well. As you can see, the electricity lines just above us as well. So this settlement actually has all the basic services one will need, in a household. But also there are those people who've decided to take up this opportunity of getting a stand with services to build their own houses, as we're trying to pan out to our left so that we show you an example of a resident who has decided to build a formal structure in terms of housing using the stands there. So this is becoming now a mixture of informal settlement but also a housing settlement, because people here are either building their own houses in the stand that has been provided by the Provincial Department of Human Settlement in Gauteng. And we know that a lot of people have been saying that all we want is land because we can build our own houses. And of course, this is what is happening here. But I'm going to bring in now Sanko, the leadership of Sanko Ntate Thage, who leads Sanko in Johannesburg, so that he can give us a sense of how important this idea is in terms of providing people with stand. A lot of people are saying government is cutting corners by giving people service stands instead of normal houses. As we've seen over the past 20 years, people getting houses, especially in Gauteng. We're looking at over just under 1 million houses which have been issued to residents of this particular province. What's your take on this idea?
Good morning, Ziniko, and the viewers at home. This idea, it's a brainchild of Sanko in particular, because we had programs like Bomasakane during the time of Madiba when he was a president, to say release the land to people who are able to build for themselves so that they can build for themselves. Because we are not even sure even now whether we are a socialist state or capitalist state, but this type of a program is accommodating everyone, including those who doesn't qualify for RDP houses, who in a little bit more than the 3.5 that is required in terms of the policy. So this service stands. It's very important that we have this type of development. It's going to be a mixed development. We are happy with it.
But as Sanko, how are you making sure that these service stands are given to people who qualify? We've had reports that there are people who can qualify to get a bond house, but they are deciding to apply and take up this opportunity of service stands. How are you making sure that the people who are actually vulnerable and are in great need of these stands are actually get the stands instead of people who do not qualify?
The Department of Housing, after they do their database, they sit with local leadership to verify. They include local leadership that is called verification committee to verify whether these people are not foreign nationals, whether these people are they're supposed to get they are the correct beneficiaries, so to speak. So it does happen, that program.
Now we're in Lenasia. Lenasia also has some bond houses, such as the one just across us right now. I'm not sure if Katlego can give us those visuals of those houses. They've been saying that having service stands such as this one, it compromises the value of their own houses. What has been the communication between those residents and the people who are residing or who need these service stands in terms of making them understand that also this is a housing service development program by government, which is located next to them. So in terms of that mending relations between these two sides, how has that process been going for you?
What is important is it's a basic need, the shelter, as compared to the value. What we need to do as a society, we need to take care of those who are vulnerable, who were excluded before. Those who are living in the bond houses, they should definitely understand that socio-economic challenge of these people that are living at informal settlement. That is not by choice. They are living at bond houses because of their choice. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Masa, that's the reality here on the ground. The two sides of the coin. Some people are saying that we decided to buy bond houses because we wanted security, wanted to be at a place where we can be sure that in terms of services, we are able, to pay for our own services, we can buy our own electricity. And the reason why we moved to these bond houses because you want our houses to be of great value so that at some point in our lives, we can sell those houses. However, as Tatepaka said that, well, in terms of socio-economic issues, there are people who need service stands, and hence they've been allocating people to this particular area. So it's another example of how the province has been struggling with housing challenges, but also ideas such as this one we just discussed now are some of the solutions that have been put forward by the department, but also people have been taking up these stands and, of course, appreciating the fact that at least they will have access to basic water and electricity.
Yeah, which is their constitutional right. Again, Ziniko, catch-22 over there. Thank you so much for that report. Really appreciate it. That's Ziniko Mhlaba reporting all the way from Lenasia at that housing crisis that we face.